going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like WNBA players is using Caitlyn Clark hype as a negotiation tactic for the CBA negotiations. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to New York. Let's get it. Let's go. Caitlyn Clark hype ain't as big as it was. We all could agree on that. But something we all did not expect was the WNBA negotiations to actually use Caitlyn Clark hype as leverage for former players. What the? I'm not.
WNBA players are making a huge move. They're demanding full pensions and health care for all the former players, the ones from decades ago. And get this. They're explicitly using all the buzz around rookie sensation Caitlyn Clark to do it. It's not even about their own current paychecks. This is a bold try to retroactively fund the lives of those who played way before the league was this big. The people in charge of the league? They are completely stunned. This demand was never on the table until Clark just exploded in popularity. It's forcing everyone to rethink who really benefits from all this new money. It's a massive change in how they negotiate, and it caught everyone off guard.
Was the WNBA negotiations to actually use Caitlyn Clark hype as leverage for former players? What the? I'm not even gonna say it. Yes, they're trying to use Caitlyn Clark hype to generate revenue for former players that played before them. What the? Like, y'all realize y'all ain't even getting money now like that. And so there was this interview that came out from a podcast, a WNBA podcast called Full Circle with Lexi Brown and another damn player. Now, with that being said, in this podcast, they spoke about the charter flights.
Now, where did this explosive news come from? It wasn't some leaked memo or a backroom whisper. It was actually talked about openly on a WNBA podcast called Full Circle. Current player Lexi Brown was on there, and she just laid out the whole strategy. Clear as day, this is a totally new front in their collective bargaining negotiations. Obviously, this public declaration immediately set off a huge debate. Everyone's asking if it's fair to use one player's massive popularity to change the financial future for an entire generation of athletes from the past. And the fact that she was so open about it just made the shockwaves even bigger.
That's a WNBA podcast called Full Circle with Lexi Brown and another damn player. Now, with that being said, in this podcast, they spoke about the charter flights. And we know when Caitlyn Clark first got there, within 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks of Caitlyn Clark getting drafted, they got these damn charter flights. I mean, Kathy wasted no time. Hey, look, we finna get y'all these charter flights, and we finna get y'all better hotels. Boom, 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 boom. Wasted no time, right? Now, quickly after that, literally, within, I'll say 6 months, they get a new a TV rights deal. $2 billion TV rights deal out of left.
Caitlyn Clark showing up definitely kicked off a ton of immediate, dramatic changes in the league. Think about it, within just 2 weeks of her getting drafted, the WNBA suddenly brought in luxurious charter flights and way better hotel rooms for every single team, get this. They did it without any prior negotiation. Players had been asking for these perks for years, but they just popped up almost overnight. It's all thanks to one rookie's undeniable impact on viewership and ticket sales. The speed of these benefits really shows how much the league's priorities have shifted, purely because of the Caitlyn Clark effect. It makes you wonder what else is coming.
Now, boom, he got the WNBA $2 billion. Now, he simply did that because of who? Caitlyn Clark. Yes, Caitlyn Clark is the reason they got the $2 billion TV rights deal. And now they want to use Caitlyn Clark as leverage to get former WNBA players to just swear up and down. To just swear to God is better than Caitlyn Clark. I mean, they swear these players. Your Cheryl Seuss, your Diana Taurasi, your Maya Morse. All these players, y'all swear is better than Caitlyn, right? Well, if they was so much better than Caitlyn, shouldn't they had already been getting their fair share of money? Like, y'all can't use Caitlyn Clark hype. You know what?
But it's not just about travel. Reportedly, Clark's influence also helped secure a massive $2 billion TV rights deal for the WNBA. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who's super shrewd, made a totally unprecedented move. He bundled the WNBA into the NBA's own huge media negotiations. That's never happened before. Many insiders are convinced this colossal financial windfall is a direct consequence of the Caitlyn Clark effect. It completely changed the league's economic outlook in just a few months. This deal alone is a massive leap for the league, injecting billions into its future. It just proves the singular drawing power of its newest star.
Caitlyn, right? Well, if they was so much better than Caitlyn, shouldn't they had already been getting their fair share of money? Like, y'all can't use Caitlyn Clark hype. You know what? I'm done talking because I want to curse so bad, but I've been trying to chill out with the cursing, bro. Because this right here caught me by surprise, bro. Let's shout out to this podcast, man, Full Circle. Let's listen to what they had to say. Let's roll it.
What they do and don't deserve monetarily. Like, you need to be humble and you need to not ask for too much when you're the whole product.
Right.
So who gets all the money? The owner that brought me here to do all the work? What do you mean?
Right.
I don't deserve to have a piece of the pie when I...
Here's where things get controversial. The podcast host actually expressed some serious outrage. He directly challenged how fair these demands for former players really are. He openly asked, if these past athletes were so much better than Caitlyn, why didn't their own careers generate these massive financial windfalls or get them similar benefits back in their day? The implication was pretty clear. This is just an attempt to capitalize on someone else's hard-earned success, years after their own time in the spotlight faded. That critical counterpoint immediately fueled the controversy, making these demands look like an opportunistic move, leveraging Clark's current relevance.
Negotiate in our CBA.
Kathy wasn't like that. Adam Silver got y'all those damn charter flights. See, Caitlyn Clark got y'all those. There's no like here. No, that ain't how it worked, bro. That ain't how it worked. That ain't how it went down. Listen.
Is, are we going to keep the charter flights? Yes, we are. Like, I'm not going back to the airports, but I don't care what anybody says. Like, when you find something beautiful and nice and fun and you're like, oh, we were in the airports? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, Maya Moore and Diana Taurasi were in the airports? Are you kidding me? So the fact that we have the charter flights now is amazing, but it was something that was not negotiated. So that's something that we also have to negotiate.
Look, current players, represented by Lexi Brown, are really pushing their belief that they are the WNBA. They argue they absolutely deserve a much bigger piece of this new financial pie. Brown straight up questioned where all this immense new revenue should go if it's not directly to the athletes who actually drive the product on the court. This is an uncompromising stance. It frames the players as the league's fundamental asset, deserving a more equitable share of these exploding profits. And regardless of whether that money benefits past or present generations, their collective voice is undeniably louder now, empowered by this unprecedented financial influx.
That has come up in CBA negotiations that people may not know about.
Two things. First thing is taking care of retired players. So right now there's no pensions, you don't get any health care, you don't
I understand, but y'all want it straight. Listen.
get anything. Like, when you're done with the WNBA, like, you're done. Like, you're done. So we're really trying hard to find a way to take care of retired players, whether that's like with the NBA 10 plus years, any type of, structure that we can at least start putting in place to take care of retired players is something that we've been talking about a lot, because I feel like in the last few...
Lexi also brought up something else important: the WNBA's financial structure. She described it as notoriously complicated and frankly disturbing because it's so non-transparent. Apparently, some owners even have partial stakes in NBA teams. This inherent lack of clarity has always made players suspicious. It's fueled their demands for greater financial openness, especially now that billions are flowing into the league. Without really understanding where the money lands, players are staying vigilant. They're insisting on transparency as a crucial step to make sure everyone involved gets fair compensation, from current stars to those who played before.
It's easy. Like you said, like, there was just this really crazy narrative painted that we were just so jealous of this young group and they got all this money in college and they got all of this. Like, yes, they did. Oh, well, we walked so they could run.
Bro, Caitlyn got all the money in college.
And now they're running so this next group can sprint and fly and do whatever they want. So it's like you pay it forward. They're not getting paid what they deserve. We're not getting paid what we deserve. Them coming in has benefited all of us. Like, literally the definition of everybody eats is going on right now. Like, them bringing in all these new fans. Like, it's not an individual sport. So someone's coming in to watch.
Listen to this. Lexi recounted the stark reality of past travel. For her first 3 years in the league, she flew commercial and shared cramped hotel rooms. That's a huge contrast to the current post-Caitlyn Clark era of private charter flights. She openly admitted that these big travel upgrades weren't actually negotiated into the previous collective bargaining agreement, they were just given after Clark arrived. This reactive generosity from the league really highlights the immediate, tangible impact of a player like Clark. It shows how quickly things changed once unprecedented attention hit the WNBA, totally bypassing traditional bargaining processes. Lexi emphatically stressed the current players' non-negotiable stance on keeping these newfound travel perks. She declared, "I am not going back to the airports," drawing a firm line in the sand. This statement makes it super clear that once a standard of luxury and improved player welfare has been established, even if it was just handed over, it becomes a fundamental expectation and a non-negotiable demand in all future CBA discussions. The league faces a critical challenge here, making sure these benefits become a permanent fixture. Players are just not willing to go back to past conditions now that a new standard has been set. On top of all the financial demands, player welfare has become a central focus. There was a surge in player injuries this past season, and that's intensified calls for expanded team rosters. This is a really practical concern because it directly impacts player health, their career longevity, and the overall quality of the league. Adding more players could ease the physical toll of a demanding season, helping to reduce burnout and prevent those debilitating injuries. This is a key negotiation point, and it highlights the players' holistic approach to improving their working conditions. They recognize that physical well-being is paramount for sustained success and extending their careers. But here's the thing. The most startling revelation of all concerned, the complete lack of support for retired players. Absolutely no pensions, no healthcare benefits whatsoever. Lexi really emphasized the harsh truth. When you're done with the WNBA, you're just done. She highlighted how stark a contrast this is compared to male professional leagues. This critical gap in player support leaves former athletes completely vulnerable after their careers end. It's created a compelling moral imperative for current players to rectify this oversight, especially now that they have newfound bargaining power. The situation has truly been overlooked and unaddressed by the league for far too long. What's more, other players are proposing a concrete solution for these retired athletes. They're advocating for a structure similar to the NBA's, maybe for those with 10 or more years of service, offering ongoing healthcare and financial support. This is the direct way current players aim to take care of retired players, and they're explicitly linking it to the leverage gained from Clark's unprecedented impact. The goal is clear: establish a permanent safety net. They want to ensure that the sacrifices and contributions of past generations are finally recognized and rewarded, preventing future athletes from facing similar post-career struggles. The podcast, though, totally countered this narrative very bluntly. The host basically said, "Don't nobody care about you if it wasn't for Caitlyn Clark." He claimed former players are only coming back because you're relevant, and Caitlyn is the only reason they're coming back. This direct challenge rejects the idea of selfless dedication, suggesting instead that this sudden interest in their welfare is purely opportunistic, fueled by Clark's current star power. This sharp critique directly supports the video's main point. It asserts that past players are now leveraging another's fame for personal gain, rather than being genuinely recognized for their historic contribution. C, on the other hand, vehemently defended the former players. She cited their undeniable past struggles, flying commercial, competing in often half-empty arenas, and even practicing next to adult Zumba classes in shared facilities. She passionately argued that these sacrifices laid the very foundation for the current league's success. Lexi asserted that it's an obligation for current players to pay them back and honor the path paved by their predecessors. This counter-argument frames the pension demands as a matter of justice and intergenerational solidarity, acknowledging the often overlooked hardships endured by those earlier athletes. What's crazy is Lexi's personal battle with Crohn's disease. that made robust health benefits a deeply personal and highly prioritized negotiation point for her. While she acknowledges the collective good, her own experience with a chronic illness really underscores the critical importance of comprehensive, high-quality health insurance and access to top-tier medical professionals for all players, past and present. This personal connection brings a powerful emotional weight to the demand for improved healthcare, emphasizing that player well-being extends far beyond the court and into fundamental quality of life. Beyond all the financial disputes, Lexi also challenged the persistent media narrative that there's jealousy and animosity between veteran and rookie players. She vehemently denied any ill will, asserting, "We walked so they could run." She implies a profound sisterhood that understands the progression and evolution of the game. This attempts to reframe the entire debate, moving it from one of resentment and competition to a narrative of solidarity and mutual respect. Though you have to admit, the intense media scrutiny definitely continues to test the strength of this purported unity. So Lexi articulated this everybody eats philosophy. She argues that the unprecedented influx of new fans, drawn by stars like Clark, ultimately benefits the entire WNBA. She highlighted that while fans initially come to watch one star, they inevitably witness 9 other talented women on the court. That creates unparalleled opportunities for previously overlooked players to shine, gain new fans, and secure their own position. This perspective really emphasizes that a rising tide lifts all boats, making Clark's impact a collective boon, rather than a source of individual envy or division. And get this, the Indiana Fever's dramatically increased number of televised games. That's a direct and undeniable consequence of Caitlyn Clark's presence. It's provided an enormous opportunity for many players who might otherwise have been struggling for a roster spot or even out of the league entirely. Lexi acknowledged this benefit, proving that Clark's impact extends far beyond her personal fame, creating a wider stage for countless other athletes to showcase their skills and secure their professional careers. It just directly demonstrates how one star's rise creates opportunities for an entire roster. But then, the podcast host's concluding, unvarnished statement really cut through all the nuances. He said, "Don't nobody care about you if it wasn't for Caitlyn Clark." This blunt, unequivocal assessment encapsulates the core controversy. It suggests that without Clark's meteoric rise and the unprecedented spotlight she cast on the league, these ambitious negotiation demands for retired players would simply lack the necessary leverage and public attention to ever gain traction. It serves as a stark reminder of the immense power a single superstar now wields in reshaping an entire sports organization's financial and historical narrative. The WNBA definitely stands at a pivotal crossroads right now. They're navigating a new era of unprecedented wealth and visibility, entirely reshaped by one phenom. This audacious demand to fund former players' retirements, explicitly with Clark's hype, reveals a league not just evolving, but actively trying to rewrite its own path. This whole move forces a dramatic confrontation between the league's legacy, the raw power of current leverage, and the sheer undeniable influence of a single superstar. It's leaving an indelible mark on the future of women's professional basketball, and challenging established norms of athletic compensation and solidarity.